what's up. Yesterday. Dude, you're so fast. Hello, how are you? Apologies for the slight delay. Woke up kinda late. I would have wanted to fix some things about the stream and just, you know, boring technical stuff. Wasn't even sure if I would stream this afternoon, but yeah. I figure I have like 2.5 hours until dinner. Pretty good. Pretty good. Just, yeah. I mean, this doesn't really relate to YouTube, just to Twitch. But just a bit of agonizing over how to set up the ads, which I have to set up somehow on Twitch because I'm an affiliate. And yeah, just especially with the whole ASMR thing, which I'm not even sure I'm not even sure that applies to me because these streams aren't necessarily ASMR, even though I know some people do watch them like that. But yeah, mowed the lawn. That's nice. We don't have a lawn. We used to have one in our previous residence. We never really, like, it was just a straight rectangular boring old lawn. We never really used it much. We don't have children, we just have cats, but they don't need a lawn necessarily, they just need space outside. Some space anyway. So the lawn or the garden was more of a chore than anything else. The best thing was the brambles, because like our neighbor, who was an elderly lady, she didn't take care of her yards whatsoever. Sounds like an innuendo, it's not. But she had like a whole bunch of brambles growing from her yard over into ours, which wasn't great. Like, our landlord wasn't really happy about that, but it did meant that a few months a year we had what are they called in English? Blackberries, which was nice. Very fresh. Pretty steep hill, that's why it's barred. I assume bad. Yeah. If you don't have one of those tractor mower things. Right. I might as well get this over with because it's gonna bother me no matter what. Right, I forgot to do something. Again, more boring technical stuff. Where is that? Actions, timers. Disable this. Disable this. Okay, should be good. just pure gaming from now on. So, yeah, we have to get here and then take this trailer to these 3 places. That sounds like a job for the cat, which I don't have here, apparently. Maybe it's a bit excessive to use the cat for this, but you know, I just want to get it done. I don't care about the time, as always. I think I've convinced myself that the times for contests don't matter. It's just another mission. I hope this thing can take that kind of trailer. So here. How do we get there? Just along here, across the bridge. Left up in here. Right, right. Although I think through here is a bit easier. Question, why do I have the balloons on the A and K? I sense judgment. I don't know, really. Which is not a good thing that I don't know. I might swap them back out. I feel much safer with the balloons. I don't have to be as careful, even though I know it's much slower, so. When I just found it, I don't know if you were here still, but I drove it around for a bit and I did one task in Pedro Bay with it in the stock configuration, like stock suspension. Oops. And whatever tires it came with, like the Anko, however you pronounce it, ANK off-road tires. It seemed to work pretty well, like it wasn't too tippy. So maybe, unless I really need the extra ground clearance, maybe I'll just, you know, use the default suspension with those tires instead of the balloons, which I know you're not a huge fan of, from what you've told me. Be a gamer official. Hello, how are you? Am I officially a gamer? I'm playing games, so I don't know what other requirements there are. I apologize, I'm being facetious. They look cool, but they're not the best option for any truck. I'm inclined to agree with that. Except, you know, I just have to try. I'm sure if I try the balloon tires, I'll just regret it, and then I'll put the off-road ones back on. Good. What about me? I'm doing pretty good, thank you. Just started 10 minutes ago, almost exactly. That was weird. Kind of a miracle that I didn't actually crash. It's a mandatory question, but I am wondering. I mean, it's not a mandatory question, it's just a question I feel like I have to ask, but I ask because I do want to know. Do you also play SnowRunner, and if so, where are you at currently in your game? Are you a completionist? Do you just play more free form? This is my second playthrough, yes. But it did start kind of recently, so yes to both parts of the question. I have 410 hours on PlayStation. Where I am currently in Wisconsin. I started over, I don't know, sometime this year, a few months ago, on Steam, purely for the purpose of streaming. I'm just starting from scratch. Come on, guy. Season 17, 60%. I'm not really up to date with the seasons. Which one is 17? Is that the second most recent one? Yeah, wait. Again, to reiterate, the goal is 17. I will ignore the time and just treat it like a mission. Started this year, mid-February, completed. Jesus. That is very prolific. Is that the word? Prolific. I have been playing kind of on and off since sometime 2021 or so. And I only made it to Wisconsin. There have been a few periods of 6 months to a year where I didn't play at all, so that's in my defense, I think. Jump season 8 and season 17. Wait, season 8. Is that... No, that's not Armor. Which one is 8? I should really just have a list handy for these streams, because very often viewers mention the seasons by number, but Glade, okay. Kind of a controversial one, from what I've heard. Because that's the one with all the farming, I think. Maybe there are more than one with farming. Just this morning there was a post on Reddit complaining about Glade. It is. Okay. Oh boy. Please don't fall over. Neither of you, preferably. The truck and the trailer. Yeah, I mean... I don't know what's more likely to fall over, the trailer or me. As in the truck. We're just about halfway for the gold time. I know I said I was going to ignore it, but I'm still keeping track even though I don't care. It's not completely hopeless, I really forget how I ever got gold on this one. I know it took me multiple tries. Like 10 or something. Do you have a favorite map, perchance? That's also a question for you, Jay, just for inclusion's sake. I don't think you've mentioned a favorite. Or indeed, that's a question to anyone else who wants to chime in. It's a tricky question if I'm trying to answer it for myself. And this was a bad way to go. I'm never getting out of here. Never in a million years unless I go back this way. Scrolling through winch points endlessly. Michigan or BC? Michigan is a nice choice. I'm sure many people like that map. It's just... I feel like it's not a very usual... Is it even how we say it? I can't imagine many people picking Michigan as their favorite map just because it's kind of... the quote-unquote boring choice, maybe? I certainly don't disagree. It is a very fun map. It's pretty varied. I mean, it's mostly kind of flat, but... you know... overall, I'd say it's still kind of varied for terrain. A lot of swamp, a lot of mud, some paved roads, some solid dirt roads, just no snow. Don't get stuck on the tree. I'm not too optimistic I can squeeze through this. Although, maybe. Okay. Complete 500 hours in just 4 months. That is a lot of hours in not many months. My math isn't the best. Otherwise I would try to calculate how many hours a day that is on average. Oh, right. This is a pickle. Except it's not if the truck just clips through the trees. Why did I go this way? I don't know what to do. I really, really despise this contest. Because from here I can't reverse, because I'll just get stuck the other way. Nope, can't do it. I'm not entirely sure if I go back to the start of the contests, if the trailer will just respawn. I really hope it will, and I don't have to, you know, use this trailer and get it out somehow. Yeah, I'm just gonna start over because it's not worth the trouble. It will not restart. Isn't there an option to reset the contest? If so, I shall be kind of upset. I'm not even sure I want to do this in the cat because it's such a... It's just too big for the terrain, as good as it is off-road. Do I not have anything else? Trying to think. This one might be able to do it. Assuming it can take trailers, which I'm not entirely sure it can. And I don't know how I can check, because we'll give it one last attempt, because that's all I have left in me in terms of fuel. I really don't know what the best way is to do this, because I don't think it matters much what order you do it in. Part of me thinks you should do this one either first or last, but yeah. Scout, well, unless I'm very much mistaken, scouts can't pull big trailers like this. The Ford F750 can, but I don't have that one yet. I just need to be smarter about my route. I think I'll try it the same way as before. Okay. I do not. And if I did have it, I wouldn't be able, I mean, I would be able, but I wouldn't be allowing myself to use it because it's not a Russian map. Come to think of it, I really want to find the advanced special gearbox for this vehicle. I just don't know where to find it because it's not on the map. As far as I can see, that upgrade. How many seasons do I have? On Steam I have year 1. So everything up to armor, I never know how to say it. On PlayStation I definitely have year 1 and 2. I'm not sure about 3. I'm fairly sure I bought 3 as well. But I'm nowhere close to starting those regions. Wait, what? Michigan last map? That would surprise me, but I can't say you're wrong. Because I 100%ed Michigan, and I'm assuming upgrades count towards percentage. I'll try to remember to check in the player profile if perhaps there's an upgrade missing. Although no, it has to be in Alaska because that's what it says in the upgrade menu. It's for sure in Alaska, I just don't know where in Alaska. Same with the all-wheel drive for the twin steer. Come on. Can I? I'm trying to find the winch point. No, that doesn't work. Raised, fine. I keep confusing the two. I'm doing my best not to get worked up because this is an absolute catastrophe. Oh my... Can you please not do that? Just for once, go where I need you to go. Categorically the worst contest so far. I know the uphill one is a notorious one as well. It's just the worst choice of truck for this. I don't care how good the cat is generally. Nope, can't do it. Hate everything about it. I'm genuinely close to just rage selling the cat at this point. You batter up. I know. Learn how to drive and everything. There's a very good chance I'll fail again in this one, and Lord knows what will happen when that happens. It's not a good way to start the stream, like getting all worked up. Even if I don't care about the time, I also don't want to drive halfway around the map just to complete the darn thing. Was it this way? Yeah. I'll deal with you later. Of course, in this one, fuel is a real concern. Or the lack thereof. A bunch of bots getting banned by Siri bot on Twitch. Grizzly dosage Pcon 6U. Identical cancer 3XW. I'm just reading bot names. Patient self-criticism 1 VEP. Yesterday, a viewer on Twitch made me aware that my chat was set to follower only, which was not intentional. So I disabled the follower only mode. But now apparently I've opened the floodgates for all kinds of bots. Should I try this one first? I genuinely don't know, but I'm gonna try. Pretty steep. I'm just expecting all these trees to break when I really don't know if they will. The small ones should. I'll just count this as scouting for when I actually want to do this contest properly. Yeah, not gonna break any records with this, which is fine. I just want to get it done. At least it's much smaller, so hopefully that'll mean it's easier. And that's number 1. Now. I don't really know if it's safe to turn around here. Just trying to like winch myself so I can reverse more or less straight. I guess you would want to do this one last, this checkpoint. Maybe that tree. Get your gears in order. And your winching, because that was not the one I wanted to select. Yes. I'm sorry, I know this is very painful to watch, but it needs to be done. I don't believe anyone can properly reverse four-wheel trailers. It's just not physically possible. A 1,000,000-point turn. Okay. Oh boy. Now, how would you even get up there from here? Perhaps I did have to do that 1 second. Because I know I can get up there relatively easily, just getting down is more difficult. What's up with this turning circle? I thought this was kind of a nimble truck turning wise. In case it wasn't clear, I'm not trying to showcase skill. Unless not rage quitting is a skill. This is the worst thing in the world. I might actually run out of fuel. I didn't pay attention how much I started with. I think it was like a quarter empty. But yeah, the mud tires are slow. Ironically, they're slow in mud. Already at 8 minutes and we've only done 1 of the 3 things. Probably not even gonna make silver. I forget what the time was for silver. I think 9 or 8.5. Not 8.5. What do I have to do? Take this trailer to 3 checkpoints. And there isn't really one ideal path as far as I can see. Like I said, I forget how I did this the first time, because I did get gold eventually. I'm pretty sure it was with the cat, but I really don't remember the order. If I had to guess, I'd say I did this one first, then the one we still have to do, and then the one we did first now. But yeah. At this rate, we're gonna run out of fuel anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I must have used some cheat, like a... or not a cheat as such, but some trick that makes the whole thing much easier and that I otherwise would never have known about. I might just check online to see how people suggest you do this. But I can guarantee everyone's going to be recommending the cat. Wait, but I went this way before, and that's where I got stuck. So, really, I need to go this way. Yeah, it is. It's just for this specific contest you have to do so much tight maneuvering. There's trees pretty much everywhere. And as we experienced, the first time, if you get a tree stuck in between the cab and the rear, that's pretty much it. And no way to free yourself. Yeah. It seems we might complete it because it's just here. We shouldn't consume 54 liters of fuel between here and there, so and in a few seconds I'm gonna banish this memory from my memory, banish this contest from my memory. You never know. Well, don't jinx it. Yo, Stenka. Just want to see how much cash I missed out on, but now the thing is gone, so yeah. The two issues: didn't set up waypoints for a good route, don't have weight on your wheels, so you lose a lot of traction. All valid points. But at this point, I'm just gonna forget this ever existed. If I can, I would like to sell this trailer. I thought it would disappear as soon as the contest was over. Oh. Okay. I don't think I detached it. The thing is, I really don't know how to get down safely without getting stuck on barriers. That was kind of cool. Let's head back down here. If I can just get this thing to the road, that's fine for now. I don't have to sell it. I mean, I will end up selling it when we're done with Alaska. I don't have to sell it right now because I'm gonna run out of fuel. These contests are painful anyway. This one and the other one where you need to reach flags in the mountain. Which one do you mean? So we did all the ones in Northport. There was one race down to flags, which sounds a lot like what you're talking about. Where it's... I forget how they're spaced out, but like 3 flags more or less in a line. There are still a few here to the top and back. And river contest, which should be fine. I'm tempted to just knock these contests out right now. If not, what else can I do? We started on the pipe contracts yesterday. Apologies. It's kind of a big contract. These are also kind of big. I mean, like a lot of different types of cargo. Just to see, wait, wood planks you can get from a few different places. Wood planks here. I don't recall where, but on the first playthrough there was this contest that traumatized me to get gold. Came back, cleared it with the Tatrin. Had to reach 3 or 4 flags in a mountain. Yeah, there were a few of those. I'm a bit confused why this one is still on the map, even though I completed it. Oh, they're all here, just a bit bugged. Yeah, this one had 4 flags in a square. This one was not flag related. Here you had some flags, and here also look 4 flags in a line. Somehow I got gold on those relatively easily. I think first try. Meanwhile, I'm just wasting fuel by not turning off my engine. Yeah, you know, let's just leave this here. Delivers to the warehouse in Mountain River drilling spare parts. Do those have to come from here? Is my first question. No, they don't. Just check map runner. Confusing it with the trailer one. Drag this damn trailer with the Tatran. Oh. It's very possible that's how I did it. I like to think I used the cat. Maybe the yellow ANK. But yeah. Also, I just realized that the chat overlay thing is not ideally located when I'm in menus, because then it's kind of blocking the contracts list. Might have to rethink where I can put that. Because in the bottom right it will cover the gears and such. Bottom left all the, you know, the vitals, if you will. Top right is the tracking, so top left is the only real option. Unless it's smaller, I don't know. I apologize if it obstructs anything. But yeah, I mean, we have to start from here anyway. I'm very much overthinking again. Where do I have the White Western? Not here. Where does that need to go? I keep... Here, okay. Is there anywhere in Northport? Yes, but I don't want to go there, so... Let's find out where the White Western is. Where the hell is it? Pedro Bay? Yeah. Is there anywhere here I can pick up drilling parts? No. Okay. Recover. I didn't think this through because I need a semi-trailer. And I forget where I left the one I had. No. Sideboard semi. Oh. Okay, well that's even more convenient actually, because just take the Royal. It wasn't my first choice for this job, but it's just roads mostly. A question specifically to you, Stenka, if I may ask. Is the ad experience better than it used to be? Because just before, I mean, earlier today, before this stream, I changed the ad settings So there aren't like the 3-minute block of ads is no longer there. It should only be pre-roll ads now, which I figured that's what I would prefer to have instead of a kind of long block once an hour. So do let me know if you think it's any better, or of course if anyone else also wants to chime in, but currently you're the only one in the Twitch chat. I am open to feedback. I wonder, I think someone said in a previous stream that there is no ice that can actually break in Alaska. The ice just over there on the lake, the ice we passed, did look like it could break. But I assume if it could break, it would have broken. Come to think of it, I could have used the twin steer for this. I keep postponing using the twin steer, even though I like that truck. Yeah, I mean, I would like to refuel first, so we'll just circle around back down here through the factory, there, back through the factory. Easy enough. And that reminds me, I need to check if my fuel is paid or not. I should know. It is free, okay. Because at the start of this game, I had some, I started in a new game plus. And without knowing, I had the default fuel price. But then I disabled it, or I thought about disabling it, but yeah. I think I switched it on and off a few times between free and the default price. I'm not a wide vehicle, I think. I did forget about this. It's not so bad, just a bit slower. Yeah. Another technical remark to myself. Because now the bot messages showed up on the screen there is a setting in the overlay that I'm using currently to not allow bot messages. But then in case of the 8-ball thing, if someone would ask the 8-ball a question, the response from the 8-ball would not show up on screen, which is maybe a bit strange. I think I'm gonna look up where the all-wheel drive and that gearbox are. Because I don't know if and when I will find them by myself. And I'd really like to have both of them. I suppose if I really feel like scouting, I could just do a very thorough scout on roads where I know I haven't been before. But that's a tiny bit tedious. I didn't hit the sign. It's always a small win. I might disable the whole 8-ball thing anyway, if I'm really honest. No one ever seems to use it, which is fine. It's just, you know. I assumed most people like some kind of interactive command, but maybe that's a bit too 2017. Okay. Tiny bit of cash. Whoops. Okay. Might as well do this next because it's close and shouldn't be too difficult. I need to go should be fine through here, and then yeah, through here underneath the pipe. Just leave this trailer somewhere here for now. Somewhere more or less level. It's always a bit scary leaving trailers on anything but completely level paved terrain. Because it always kind of bounces a bit. And I have had it happen that it just bounced onto its side. Why is there a chopper? I think it passed. If there's any real disruptive background noise going on and I'm not aware of it myself, do let me know. I mean, you don't have to let me know, but you can always let me know if I should mute the mic, because sometimes I hear things less loud, and when I too many words, the way I hear things, sometimes a noise is not that loud, but then I hear it back in the stream afterwards. I should have muted. Okay. I kind of feel like going the other way after all. I was very seriously considering starting another cairn playthrough today instead of SnowRunner. But I figured, like, I have a series going on my YouTube channel, and the last episode of that series, I mean, a series of cairn, in case that wasn't clear, and the last episode is scheduled for tomorrow, so maybe it makes more sense to start a second playthrough after the first playthrough is officially finished in terms of videos. It is a very good game if you're at all interested in rock climbing, and even if you're not, like, I'm not specifically interested in any kind of climbing, but it's still a good game. Cairn, C-A-I-R-N. Okay, nice. I knocked out the wheel. Yeah, these two contests. Where is my Hummer? Also, shouldn't there be... I feel like there should be at least one upgrade for the Lodestar, which I was waiting to find. As in waiting to use the Lodestar until I had found that upgrade, like the raised suspension. So many missing upgrades, it's kind of worrying. Because the Lodestar must be in storage. Yep. I think I'm gonna sell the Chevy. At this point, I have too many scouts as it is. It's unlikely I will ever use it going forward. And overall, I'd say it's a bit mid of a scout. Although it can have a lot of supplies and parts and fuel and such. I don't know how much of these you can combine. I'd say maybe the roof rack. Make sure you sell everything. Wait, make sure you sell everything only it can have before you sell it. That is a good point. But yeah, I don't think these rack add-ons or trunk add-ons can be combined anyway, like they can on the F750. Like the engine. Which engine though? You can have them combined, okay. Good to know, but it's not convincing enough. This is also suitable for other trucks. This one as well, so I'm assuming your comment about the bespoke add-ons I should sell. Can have an engine in it and you have an optional engine that you found. Yeah, must be. I forget which one I found and which one I already had. And as such, I'm not sure if it really matters. It's all usable for other trucks, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Still on highway tires. I must have swapped them out at some point. No snorkel. It is very much stock condition except for the raised suspension. Oh yeah, this I would want to sell. This one doesn't really matter. Unless you say something now, I'll just sell it as is. I don't think it matters that much anyway. Retain. Sell. Yeah, I mean it's less than 9k. Which arguably isn't even worth it, but you know. I like to keep things a bit lean. And not just keep trucks I know I will never use. So let's have a look. Explore Alaska. That's really kind of annoying. And I might just look up where all the missing upgrades are so I can just collect them now and be done with it. I'm looking for those broken down cars, which I assume would indicate where upgrades are. Like, I've pretty much been everywhere on the main roads. So I assume it's somewhere off the beaten path where maybe I haven't been yet. Like here, perhaps? I feel like that's a reasonable place. Raised is in White Valley up the road from the log station near the garage. Right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna check here because this seems very suspicious. Even though I don't see anything. Or, you know. Where is my Hummer? Should be here. Yeah. White Valley up the road from the log station. So somewhere here. Perhaps there. Surely not this far up. Different color. I'm forcing it to become kind of a ritual to have a different color for the Hummer for every stream. But I can't decide. Wait, I never really mess with those multicolor options, like the custom colors. I'm not even sure what they all do. Because that is for those side panel things. This does what? Oh. Turquoise. Is this considered turquoise? Maybe like... I was gonna say white, but that's not really white, is it? That, and then this also white. This is very riveting once again. It's kind of interesting, I think. Name any 3 colors and I'll make it custom to what you want. Turquoise and pink. I could kind of... Oh no. Screw it. That was a bit unfortunate. I will still change it later if you have any specific requests. I feel like there were diff locks as well for the Hummer. Somewhere to be found. Hang on. Alaska. Upgrades unlocked 16 out of 23. Jesus. There is 7 missing. Would be nice if I could find all of them. It's probably not gonna happen today because I have like an hour left. But as always, there's a very good chance I'll stream a bit more afterwards, after dinner, that is. It's kind of a nice color. It fits the scenery much better than pink, anyway. It looks nicer out in the world than it did in the garage, which it seems is the case for many colors. Pretty rough terrain. Yeah, I mean, this is maybe the deepest mud I've been stuck in so far. Can't really reach anything else except those trees. There goes my pretty turquoise. Yeah. You don't really want to be here in a scout, I suppose. Or at least not in the Hummer, because it's good as a scout. I don't consider it great, but I still like it. Trying to winch until it breaks, but it doesn't want to break. Oh, it does. I'm assuming I'll be able to see it. The upgrade, I mean. Jesus, this is just deep mud all the way along this trail. What truck would you want to use if you ever need to pass through here? Royal, at least. Twin steer, maybe. P16. ANK. I feel like I'm leaving out one truck. Well, the cat, of course. I'm not sure how the dairy would do here. Just making sure I didn't already pass that house on the left. Nothing here. It really feels like I missed a whole separate map, which I know is not the case, just... oh. if you're going to point me to this upgrade that is no longer required, if it's for something else, I'll just do it now. Yeah, raised twin steer. That's nice. What about the other ones? Yeah, okay. Still appreciated. I've never been up here. There might be something. Or even just here by the, whatever this is, sawmill. Whoops. I did not see that. Okay, might as well check out on the left if there's anything by that. I think it's a sawmill. I know you can get wood planks there. It looks like a sawmill. And I kinda doubt there's gonna be an upgrade just lying around here. If they're not by broken down cars, they tend to be in remote locations, like shacks of whatever kind. What is this? Building materials. 3 bricks. Oh, okay. Crane job. I haven't checked here either. Gonna try and make it through the trees. I'm sure you can. And then I'll just, oh, accidental marker. Yeah, just there. And then I'll check this road, because that's an obvious contender for an upgrade. I'd be surprised if there are any left in Northport except that one spot in the northwest. I have a pretty strong suspicion there's going to be one in that spot, like along that river creek thing. I did underestimate how deep the snow would be here. Should have gone down there. Though at this point, maybe it's already a bit too late. Come on, what's happening? Very slippery rocks. No. I was going to cut through the snow. It's fine. I think. Yes. How is my right side so clean? Very obvious question, but does mud wash off when you ride or when you drive through water? Or does it just disappear after a while? I should have followed the road. This is dumb. Right. Again, I doubt there's gonna be an upgrade here, but you have to check. But if we're honest, it doesn't really matter if I check or not, because even if I check places, there's still a very real chance I'll just not see the upgrade. And then I'll end up checking a map online. And I'll feel very stupid for having been to a place and not seeing the upgrade. Okay, so we go... it's very possible there's something else on this island. Over here. I know I mentioned when we first got to this map that it seemed like a very obvious place where there might be stuff. But it might just as well be nothing. Okay, let's back to the road, up the road, and in there. It likes to do that when you corner too fast, which you shouldn't be doing anyway. It like leans very heavily Whoops. Dramatic zoom. I haven't driven in first person this stream. I forget the last time I had nighttime. I know I have long days in the New Game Plus rules. So, yeah, days are much longer. Nights are the same length as they always are. As far as I know, at least. This river would be an obvious place for an upgrade as well, but we'll end up there anyway. If we just follow this place, this road, if you call it the road, all the way around and then through the river. No. Drove clean past it. I can't think of one other kind of obvious spot for an upgrade up here on this hilltop. If I have time, I'll have to remember to check there as well. I'm really good at accidentally turning on the handbrake. I don't know what's happening with my muscle memory. Okay, so keep your eyes peeled. So far, nothing. Oh. There is something. Surely that's an upgrade. And yeah, just to make sure. There is a broken down car, but it's not on the map, as I thought it would be. Maybe kind of a nice place for a screenshot. Not a nice place to get stuck. Is it because it's ice, or is it just wet rocks? Yeah. What is going on? Except some very incompetent snow running. Is it the tires? It must be the tires, right? This doesn't even look like ice. Engine upgrade for the Hummer. It's nice, I guess. Not what I was hoping for. Is it cheating if I just look up the locations? Because I really don't feel like scouring all 4 maps. SnowRunner Alaska upgrades. I have your permission. It's kind of lame. I mean, I get that they're trying to incentivize to explore and not have the towers reveal everything, but 7 extra upgrades that aren't shown by the towers seems like a lot, especially since, I'm exaggerating, but half the towers didn't even uncover that much, like 1 or 2 tasks. Hidden upgrade locations. Okay, can I filter per map? Island Lake, Drummond, Northport. Use map runner. Yeah, that's what I am using now. But I don't use it very often at all, so I don't really know how to use it effectively. Because it doesn't really say... but I'm not looking at a map. Maybe that's my first mistake. I was just looking at the list of upgrades. Yeah, okay, that's what I was doing. Engageable. Oh, that's the diff locks for the Hummer. I should start with the map we're in. Pace star raised. We have that one. We just found this one. The twin steer raised. Yes. Westline engine. For the ANKs and P12 and P16 and the Longhorn. Okay, and it's there just by the service hub. And that should be the last one in this map. Yeah, okay. I'll just recover to the garage because it's kind of a drive. And we found this. Okay. So it's somewhere here. Roughly. So in here, just follow the trail. Might be down by the water, not necessarily up here. That was the lamest tip I've ever seen. I think that's what you could call a belly flop. Almost did it again. Go to one of the maps, then on the side you scroll down to upgrades. Oh. Yep, I didn't do that. I just scanned the map for upgrades. Should have looked more specifically where it was. Yeah, it wasn't further north than this. So I have to find a way down. Any way down. Yeah. Pretty close with my marker. It was kind of a guess. West line for... Oh. Alright. Why am I surprised that's what it is? I just saw what it was on the map. On MapRunner, I mean. Okay. So that's all of them for White Valley. Then I'm trying to be efficient, like which ones are closer to a garage. But I guess we should do Northport first, and then the ones Mountain River, and then Pedro Bay. Retain Northport garage. One thing about the slightly different chat setup for the stream is that I don't... there's no ping when there's a new message. Might have to find something like that separately, like a... Should be pretty easy in StreamerBot to just have a simple sound for myself that you don't need to hear. Yeah. Hummer. And just to make sure, because it's all the way up here. So I might as well check MapRunner if there are more on the way. Northport. Did we find that one? I think we did. The raised for that one freight liner that doesn't have any add-ons. Okay, I'm learning how to use MapRunner. Because there's a little red eye icon for the ones that don't show up from the towers. So yeah, definitely. I know I've been there. I don't know if I've actually found the thing raised for the Ford CLT, which is, whoops, I never used the mouse for the map control. That is somewhere here. Bicycle mode engaged. Phone's about to die, I'm gonna leave now. Okay. Can't let your phone die. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'll have time to go through all of them now, so maybe just a few more, and then I have to quit anyway. Thank you for hanging, thank you for the suggestions, for the input. Till next time, which might be tonight. At this point, I'm too stuck in my ways to change tires. But really, the H2 tires are not all that great anywhere. As in, they are good in some, on some terrain types. Not so good in mud. Who would have thought? Who would have thunk? I think I did find this one. Yeah, I'm sure I was here. It's pretty hard to miss. Okay, that was a small waste of time. Next, this one at the bottom we have. This one in the river by the fuel station we have. So it is just the one in the top left. Okay. My game didn't want to maximize. Being a bit lazy, but you know. Can I squeeze through here? No. I cannot. So probably easiest way to go is just along the roads, counterclockwise. I will crash into the barriers at least once. I just realized I forgot to take that screenshot. Like 20 minutes ago. Yeah. Typically, I am much more careful with these construction barrier things. In this instance, I only care about speed. And bouncing off of rocks without any damage. Let's go first person again. Because it is rather fun. Ooh, close. Yep, I went up onto the barrier. I haven't crashed into any barriers yet. I don't need to refuel. I missed the gear change. It's not the most interesting drive, I suppose. It's all pretty easy terrain. Sometimes that's nice. Apologies if this makes you motion sick. That came out strange. Motion sick. Was like half motion sick. It's kind of making me motion sick. And I don't get motion sick at all. Being very fuel inefficient. Because I think when you don't drive like a maniac, it's like 2 to 3 liters per minute. Now we're up to 6. I did not consider this crossing. It's not too deep. I always forget how deep it is here. It's also not shallow per se. So somewhere here. Where though? Is it behind these rocks? I think it was... Yeah, I forget exactly. I might have to check again. I think it was on the other side. Just check the damn map. Yeah, here somewhere. So not really this way. My front is kind of banged up. Pretty slow. Still don't see anything. Oh. So it is on the other side. Then I sure do hope I can cross here. Yeah, where? Diff locks. Kinda late, but you know. Okay. Where does that leave us? 3 more to go. Let's check the map. Map runner. Mountain River. What the hell just popped? What was that? I'm very sorry for the loud and sudden noise. Nothing broke as far as I can see. Sounded like it might have been the light to my right. This one. I turned it off just now. I really don't know. I'm thinking, because that will show up in the VOD. I'm thinking of a way how I could maybe find that noise and cut that bit out. Mountain river. So, yeah, somewhere here. No, why can I not? Alright, I can't place markers because there is no... because I'm not in the map. I'd really like to know what popped. I don't think I smell burning. What it sounded like was when you blow a fuse. But everything's still working. The mic works. My PC is still on, obviously. Both lights were on. Not too sure. No. Why does that keep happening? I know why, because I'm driving too briskly. I think it could have been somewhere, something outside. I apologize, I keep talking about it. I should really let it go, but... Right. I did drive up here just earlier without much trouble. No, don't do it. I did it. I did it again. Yeah, not this gate. This is to White Valley. We need to go to Mountain River. I think, kind of sadly, it's gonna be the last thing I can do for today, because unless I can check the map and the remaining 2 upgrades in Pedro Bay are really easy to get to. If so, I'll squeeze those in now just to have it over with. Making a mental note of the stream time. So I can at least check the VOD and see if it's really a problem. I'm not sure if you can edit VODs on Twitch. I don't believe you can, so I might have to delete this one. Wait, so it was somewhere here. Which means, I don't know the best way to go there, but I guess just across the roads, past the warehouse, and then off-road from there. I'm forcing myself to go slowly in the corners at speed. Wait. No, not here. I keep forgetting which road I have to take. Yeah. It's a minor crash. Kind of a big crash, actually. No, no, no. Okay. So from here, just try to find a way. Through here. Yeah, but there is a rather big drop here. Stupid branches. I knew it. I literally was just inhaling to say I have to be careful here because I'll fall into the water. Okay. Raised 4 lodestar. Good. Just check the map. Pedro Bay. Interesting. Oh no, there's one. Thought there was only one unmarked upgrade. There are two. I'll just do those now. It's not that difficult. Uphill. I want to take a screenshot in the water. Not completely sunk, but just driving through water. But yeah, let's just take a shot here because it's kind of nice lighting, I suppose. Doesn't look very pretty. All smashed up. It's not smashed up, it's vintage. Obviously. Lightly used. There I almost went again, sideways. I'm rushing to get this done because I'm getting a bit hungry. And I said I was going to stream till 6. It is currently 11 past 6. That was a miracle again. As was that. Jesus, take the wheel. I'm not really sure how to get up to this hill. It's gonna be where that tower is, which is, yeah, just up there. Still really, it's entirely my fault. It is really puzzling what caused that loud pop. because the lamp, the camera light isn't even plugged in. It runs on batteries. So it's not like that could have done anything to the house's electric. I assume if it were the light, it would be because the light broke somehow, which it wasn't. Oh boy. I went about this completely the wrong way. Can you please roll over fully? And then one final winch back onto the wheels. Okay, yeah. The other one, the last one, is just up or just across the big bridge we constructed. Please don't. Oh my god. That's what you get when you rush. At this point, it would be better if it would just fall all the way down the hill. From here, I can't even do all that much. This is so terrible. The camera is not cooperating either because I'm very much sideways. Okay. Yeah, I know. SnowRunner physics, everyone. Could be worse, I guess. Can I get up here? It is kind of a wide beast. And I went across that narrow section way too fast. I thought it was just going to be a normal trail uphill with no difficulties. Okay. The Scout 800 would have been a much better fit. It's just smaller. Or even the Lodestar. We found all the raised suspension. So I think that means we can properly upgrade it and start using it. Please don't fall off here. I sincerely hope this is the only time I have to come up here. And there won't be other missions. Okay. Engine for twin steer 745C 770G Paystar 56TS. That's the long one, which I do like. But you only get it for free in Wisconsin. Okay, and the last one was somewhere here. I very much don't want anything bad to happen now. At least not so bad that I would have no choice to recover, because then we're back in the probably Northport garage. And I do not feel like having to drive all the way up here again. Nope. What happened? I hit a stick and did a full kickflip. And I wrecked my fuel tank, apparently. Jesus. Come on. How did I get out of here the first time? Wasn't it this exact spot? I appear stuck. Just a bit of brute force might be required if I can see anything at all. What is happening? Other than just general impatience. Nope. That does not work. This does. Yeah, this is absolutely terrible. I might need to take a break from SnowRunner for a bit, because everywhere I go is just disaster. And at this rate, I'm not even sure. I feel like streaming tonight. There's a good chance I will anyway, but most likely it's not gonna be SnowRunner because I kinda had it. Because I can't see a freaking thing. Might actually be a good point to rage sell the Hummer. We could use a bit of extra cash. There still are... wait, are there contests in this map? I don't think so. Wait, because I want to check. Contests. To the top and back river contests. And weather conditions. Where is weather conditions? Oh, it is here. But where is the marker? Right. Okay, well that's just easy if you don't care about time. So 3 contests left. I might not need a scout for all of them. But yeah. This was not my finest hour. No, no, yes. Why would you winch to that tree of all places when there's a telephone pole straight in front of us and closer than the tree? Please don't catapult into the water. Through here, that's very deep. But I don't know how I can go around. In hindsight, I should have taken a screenshot during the whole mess we just went through. But I didn't feel like capturing my own misery. We're gonna need to refuel just a bit. And then figure out where to go. Have I seen this yet? No. Another Hummer. Just what I need. I think I'm starting to remember why I only used the Hummer in Alaska and then never again. It's pretty good on its wheels. It's not the best. But because it's so cube shaped, it just makes it more difficult to flip over. I mean, to flip over back onto the wheels. Maybe that helps in some cases. Generally, it seems to make it worse. Okay. Advanced special gearbox. Nice. Moose hunt. Find all upgrades in Alaska. I will recover cat licking loudly next to me. What map am I in? Yeah, the Lodestar was in Northport. Just want to see, because we have the off-road gearbox, we have better engine at the cost of fuel efficiency. I will risk it. Raised suspension. Yeah, generally I'd say off-road tires. Chain tires are kind of a very specific situation kind of thing for scouts. So I will get these autonomous scouts, snorkel, pickup chassis. Okay. I'm not gonna bother with visuals for now. As much as I do like a visor. No, I don't know. Maybe some other time. But that is gonna do it for this one. It is 6:30. I need to go make dinner and eat. Yeah, like I said, there's a chance I'll be back later. Probably not SnowRunner. Although that depends on whether or not I will have cooled off a bit. It was just that one annoying chain of events. If not SnowRunner, then most likely ETS or ATS. But yeah, if there's anyone watching still, thank you for lurking, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye bye.